Hello and welcome to another episode of Top Deck, the series where we take a look at some of the leading TCG deck lists. So this time we have Oliver Newton's list from YCS Dusseldorf 2019, and this was Dusseldorf 1, and he played Altergeist once again bringing the multi-faker and trap strategy into a competitive scene. Now he placed 70th with this list, very unfortunate, just missing out on Top Cut there. But overall, very strong list and a very competitive player. So let's go through it. Now, I'm going to be updating the format with which I host Top Deck for the future. So we're not going to go into the full detail of the list because obviously you guys can see this, and if you need access to the list, then you can just grab it from the description. Let's talk about some of the sort of choices that he made here. So he decided to play Droll and Lockbird, very popular in previous formats, but perhaps a bit less so. It's been dipping in and out of the format. It'll be interesting to see what his comments on this are, especially given that quite a few people said it wasn't super relevant for Salamangreat dominated formats since they can typically play around it. He's got the triple extravagance now available in here. He's decided to play the 1-for-1 engine, which gives him the access to Hexjet a little bit faster, and because of the extravagance then he's going to be using up his Hexgears a lot faster. So having the 1-for-1, you can get your Hexgear out early and then you don't have to worry about it too much. A full Solemn Brigade here, he's actually playing the ultimate variants. And then for Floodgates, just the 3, the 1 order, double rivalry. And he's actually still playing the Heavy Storm Duster in the main, which is very good against quite a lot of the meta at the moment, but obviously doesn't deal with things like the Orcust combos and the Danger Thunder. That kind of thing also has to be brought into account. So he does have another 3 hand traps here with the Impediments as well. Since there's a reduction in the spell Floodgates within the main, he's got the Secret Villages in the side, some mass removal here with Evenly, he's also playing Mind Crush as well. A few people have actually been bringing this back in for the modern formats. And then in the extra, so just doubling up on things like Linkaribo and the Phoenix, which are probably pretty relevant since you are playing the Extravagance there. But just still playing the one-offs like Boral Sword, Boral Load, etc. In order to have potential ways of outing problems. One of the good things about this is that if he does banish the Unicorn, he still has access to Ningisu, and vice versa, and the same kind of thing with the Borals. So that's a nice set of versatility there available to him. So that is the list. Let's get on to the rounds and the comments. So we'll start off with the rounds then. So round 1 he went up against Cyber Dragons. Round 2 against Trains. This was Thomas Barras, or Thomas the Spank Engine, as we've seen on the channel before. When he took 2nd place at a recent regional, and he's actually taken 9th place as well more recently with those trains. So moving into round 3, Shadol, Lair of Darkness. The opponent actually ended up going 7-2 in day 1, which is crazy with that deck. Round 4 against Salamangrates, this was the first loss. Round 5, another Salamangrates, but a win this time. Round 6, the second loss is against Sky Striker. Round 7, another Salamangrate. Round 8, another Salamangrate. Round 9, another Sky Striker. Round 10, a Dark Warrior deck. Round 11, unfortunate loss to Danger Thunder Dragon. And finally round 12 against Trickstar Sky Striker. So that's it for the rounds. Pretty impressive record, managing to beat out the majority of the Salamangrate players and the Sky Striker. Went 50-50 with Sky Strikers? Yeah. And then just dealing with Rogue in typical classy fashion. As for the additional questions that I sent to him, he said that overall with the event he did a bit better than he expected, so he was quite happy with that. In terms of his other deck options, he was thinking about Danger Thunder Dragons and Salamangrates, but he didn't really, he didn't play Danger Thunder because he doesn't feel comfortable with a deck that has 0 hand traps in the main, and the Salamangrates had only just come out, so he didn't really have much time to test with them. As for the Floodgate lack, he says the main reason to main Village before was typically just because of Sky Striker, but since Dangers are so much scarier, he decided to main the Rivalry instead, which works against Sky Striker as well, and the draw can also be good against Striker and Danger, so it has an additional utility in there as well. He felt pretty good with the extravagances in here. If it doesn't get ashed, and he doesn't banish all of his Linkaribos, then he's able to just sort of guarantee your way into Faker a lot more easily. He said that the Droll only really helped him in round 1 versus the Cyber Dragons on day 1. Even though he faced 2 strikers, he never drew it against them, so it was irrelevant with all of the other matchups really. Day 2 it helped versus Danger Thunder, but he ended up playing badly and lost anyways. in round 11. In terms of his decisions on deck, he has pretty mixed feelings with main deck Droll, and he's also scared of Danger variants, but it's not completely dead versus Salamangreat, even though it is overall pretty bad against them. He's not sure about other changes that he'd really make to the list. Thanks very much for coming on, Oliver, and sharing your list with us. I think this is probably one of the highest Altergeist lists that we've actually seen from YCS Dusseldorf 2019. Placed in 70th, going, 9-3, very impressive record, very strong deck, and a wonderful player. So thanks very much for coming on, and we'll see you again in the future. Thanks for watching this episode of Top Deck. If you have any comments or suggestions that you would like to make, leave them in the comment section down below. Check out the description for details of how you can get involved in this series. You can enter by voice interview, or instead you could just send all of your information over Facebook Messenger. Anything like that will be absolutely fine. If you want to see anything in particular from the upcoming series, then be sure to get in touch, and I'll see you guys in the next video.